and I'm bringing it along. Let's see. So they are under the tub. We're gonna try and feed them again today, since last time they looked like they didn't need food. I'm wearing gloves because I plan to fluff up all the dirt this time, and then don't want to get my other ones happen. Right. Well, it looks like they've gotten in here. There's still a lot of food scraps, but anyway, to see what happens. I've heard is not the best idea, but I'm gonna do it because I can. I might take this out. I think that's some worm castings, so apparently they've basically, by the way, worm castings are worm poop, if you don't know that. So they're on there, those black things. Apparently it's really good for like soil and stuff. So apparently they've been crawling on that and eating the other food and all that. And right here, let's see. May just crush them. I found out what the eggshells are for. Oh, that surprised me. That's a worm that wiggled out of my grab. So I'm so sorry it threw you. But there's one of our little friends, little guys. Yay! I didn't mean to throw you, but you surprised me. There you go. I'm gonna get in here and fluff this all up. Oh, yeah, all the worms are down in there. There's not a ton of light in here, so you can't really see. But there are lots of worms down in here. You can see, like, down there. And I was originally going to try and keep all the food on one end and just have, like, dry castings on the other end, so that I could kind of, oh, they're wiggling here. Ooh, that's neat movement. I have yet to see that much movement, but that's neat to see that they're alive and well and active and all that. Yeah, I was gonna keep all the food on one end, but then I realized that this little box I have is nearly too small to do that with. It's not nearly too small for me to do that with. Oh, I dropped it again. More worms, yay! Worms. And apparently, I've heard from other videos, in like 6 months, back at like the 1st of August, I had half a pound in here, and so about by the beginnings-ish of November, I should have about a pound of worms. And now I'm just gonna put food all in here. And honestly, I feel like this is way too much food, but almost thing is getting full. And so see what they eat and we'll go from there, because I need this out of my house mostly. Got a bunch of banana peels. I have some scraps of bread and pizza in there. And what I've been doing is just sticking this in the freezer to keep the fruit flies and stuff out of my house, which seems to work well. And I did find out the eggshells are kind of just for grit for movement purposes. As far as I can tell, they don't really eat these, or not readily anyway. And a lot of people blend them up in the blender, and I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna crush them in my hand and provide the worms some grit to move around like that. And I have a bunch of eggshells because I had like 24 eggshells last time, and I didn't put those in. I may just dump these in, these last ones. I didn't get to put those in because there was so much food. Well, not just me, my family of 5 has eaten another dozen in the few days since I last brought you along. So the worms are gonna get tons of eggshells. And they're also gonna get cooled off, because like I said, like, this is all half frozen bag that just went in there. But this seems like a good way to get rid of trash and stuff, and I'll just kind of fluff them together, and it feels warm down in there, so not like overly warm, but it feels like a nice temperature, like a warm blanket or something thrown in there. Yeah, that's a ton of food. That looks like mostly food in there. But that's okay. We're gonna have well-fed worms apparently. And if it starts to, next time that they come out, and still just way too much, I'll deal with it then. I had this in there before, and I just kind of let it, I'll just stick it back on top. That'll work well. And that newspaper, someone said they liked having newspaper or thin cardboard on top of their worms, because like they tell the moisture levels inside at the top. See those worms? So cool. There, I'll try. Oh, but I think he doesn't know where he's going. Goodbye down, little guy. There's nothing up here for y'all. But, as far as I can tell, this doesn't really stay that moist. And, like, the inside seemed fine. But someone said it, so I'm gonna do it because I happen to have the newspaper and it's all fine, so whatever. I'm just gonna leave the top cracked a bit. I'm not gonna put stuff. I'll put that down. And that's all. I successfully got rid of all my food scraps. That's probably a gallon and 3 dozen eggshells that are staying out of the landfill, so that's cool. Alrighty. I hope you like seeing the worms. See you next time. Bye.